me go. I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee.
Hi, my name's Peter, for those of you who don't know me. My family normally sit in the front, so that's, you probably only see the back of us. My story, we can go back quite a long way. I grew up in a Catholic home. I did all the Catholic things. I was an altar boy for most of my young life, until I went away to boarding school. At boarding school I had a couple of bad experiences with born-again believers. One time I was told that because I was Catholic I was going to hell, and the other time I was, we went to a meeting and a guy came back really full of excitement and he started to spell Jesus with a G and not a J, which I found quite amusing. Anyway, fast forward quite a way. I grew up as any normal young person would grow up in South Africa. I finished at Sadara, I worked for a few years, and then I got married to Erica, and we had 2 children. And at the time, just after we moved back to EG, the church that we went to just up the road from us was an Anglican church, and I spent most of the time outside with the children because it was less disruptive that way. I grew up believing that I was fine. I was a bit like the rich young man who went to Jesus and said, what do I need to do to be saved? Because basically I've done it all, I'm fine, I've obeyed all the commandments that I need to obey. I didn't understand grace and mercy and all those things. Anyway, the church that we were attending declined and basically closed its doors. We then decided, well, we're going to come to the Catholic church here in town. That didn't work out too well because the priest at the time was an Indian who spoke really fast and his accent was still fairly strong. We were invited by our neighbour to a Bible study that was being run out at the motel with Rowan and Anton Haynes. We got there and I immediately started to find it quite challenging because I'd got to a stage in my life where I was kind of very new agey and all religions are the same, and I was greatly challenged, and it actually got me to start reading the Bible just so that I could argue with either Anton or Rowan depending on who was taking the class that week. And very soon, probably by the time I got to about 1st or 2nd Kings, I started to realize that it wasn't the Bible that was at fault, it was my understanding of the Bible. And I'm happy to say that ever since then I haven't not read the Bible, so I've read through the Bible ever since that was. That was about sometime in 2005. And I can't give you an exact date that I was saved, but I know that I was saved because I confessed all my sin and I repented of it. We felt the need to be baptized, which caused great ructions in the family because all our parents sort of said, well, we baptized you as children, so you don't need to be baptized again, and we felt that that was not what God's word said. Anyway, we managed to get Rowan to baptize us just before he went overseas in the river at his house. It was actually very special that Erica and I could be baptized together on the same day. And then a date that will stick in my memory forevermore is the 31st of October 2005. That was the day that Callum, our eldest son, was taken to be with the Lord in an accident on the farm that I was basically responsible for, and we had Michael with us. And I just have to say that I would hope and pray, but the Lord knows what's best, that nobody else's faith is tested quite like that, like ours was so soon after we had become born again. But the Lord is good and He's compassionate, and He was with us throughout the whole process, and it really has helped us to be able to help other people who have suffered a similar loss. I don't know how much of a help we were to Fortune, but we felt that we were able to at least give her hope that she would see her children again. We have, as a lot of you might know, we are planning on immigrating to New Zealand later on this year, and I'd just like to say as an encouragement to the body here that We have always found you very loving and open, and the word is preached in spirit and in truth, and we just encourage you to continue that way. Thank you.